Cruz de Malta is the best brand for beginners. I've tried over 80 different yerbas, and it still remains at the top of my recommendation for people getting into mate. It has a friendly and probably the most classic taste I've come across. Over the course of the past few years, I've probably drank 3 to 4 kilos of this yerba. And whether you're a beginner or experienced drinker, there's no going wrong with this Argentine brand, so stick to the end of this video to see why. But before we get started, please leave a like and subscribe to see more yerba mate reviews. Now let's crack it open and see what we're dealing with. Cruz de Malta is one of those brands that have little to no dust and lots of large leaves and stems. Over the years, the company which owns this brand not only redesigned the packaging, but also changed the composition a little. I can't tell you to what degree. It's clear on the new packaging and even their website that it now contains larger leaves and less dust. But as you can see here and even later in the video, the cut seems to be pretty balanced, with some finer particles still thrown in the mix, while large white stems are obviously visible. Overall, it's a pretty classic cut that you typically see from an Argentine brand. Now let's get into the smell. After taking a whiff, Cruz de Malta smells earthy, vegetal, and a bit sweet. The overall aroma isn't too strong. It has a pretty familiar smell among other Argentine yerbas. Usually smell doesn't translate over to taste. With this one, it does. Today I'll be using one of our ceramic gourds and spoon bombillas, which you can get on our website. I also have water heating to 160 degrees Fahrenheit, so let's prepare our mate and see how it tastes. Now, as a quick side note, just because I get asked this a lot, with Argentine yerbas like Cruz, you do not have to worry about making a perfect mountain. Instead of molding it, just place a bombilla in and you're good to go. Now let's fill it up and give it a taste. Right off the bat, you'll notice that Cruz isn't too strong or too mild. It has just the right amount of strength to give you a good amount of flavor without being overbearing. Up front, a hearty, earthy taste makes up most of the flavor profile, with a woody and bready note trailing behind it. There's also a light, natural sweetness on every sip. A few more refills of it, and the sourness that's typically found in Paraguayan brands pops up. And as the mate begins to mellow out, the previous earthiness gets replaced by this light, creamy butter note, which to me is the best part. On the finish or after swallowing, Cruz leaves a bit of flavor behind of the previous earthiness, but this time I also get a bit of roasted nuts. The finish is light and also barely lasts. When it comes to body, Cruz is a light to medium bodied mate. The only reason I don't say light is because the first few pours have a good amount of weight and texture to it, but for the most part, smooth and barely astringent. Now, regarding the cycle of this yerba is where things go wrong. Do not expect this one to last a long time. Even in this ceramic gourd, which can hold a lot of yerba, it gets washed after just 1/2 to 3/4 of a liter. The strength also tanks after a handful of refills, so for me that takes a few points off my rating. As far as effect, to me Cruz is not something that ever made me super energized. Instead, it makes me a bit calm and more focused. If I had to guess, this yerba contains a lot less caffeine than most, but it's also possible that because the leaves are larger, that it's just getting extracted slower. Either way, it's not making me want to run around all over the place, but just the opposite. On a scale of 1 to 10, Cruz de Malta gets a 6 from me. Again, this is a good, safe, and reliable brand that you really can't hate on. Flavor is light, straightforward, and a great introduction to what Argentine mate has to offer. But looking at the bigger picture, Cruz de Malta is nowhere near an exceptional tasting mate. It's great to start with, but there are tons of brands out there that you'll probably enjoy a lot more. Thank you guys for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel.